Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rank and File Sports. And today we're going to go over my bowl game predictions for every single bowl game. We're going to go ahead and start it off with this Jackson State, South Carolina State game. I don't really know too much about either teams. More familiar with the name brand of Jackson State, thanks to Deion Sanders. I think that's why a lot of people are picking them. South Carolina State's actually favored here. I am going to go ahead and take the favorite in that one. South Alabama, Western Michigan. This one I definitely think South Alabama is going to win. Favored by about 8.5 points there. Another one with Memphis and West Virginia. I thought about taking West Virginia here. I definitely think they could win this game. Memphis might be just a little bit overrated being ranked in the top 25, but I do still think that they're the better team, so I'm going to go ahead and take Memphis. We'll take James Madison over Western Kentucky. And then this is another one that I thought about taking the underdog, but I am going to go with UNLV. I guess by the money line, UNLV is the underdog. But 85% of the money, or 85% of the picks is on UNLV. I'm going to stick with UNLV. I really do think this is a solid team. Again, a lot of this is going to change based on opt-outs. So some of these picks could end up being very wrong if we see some of their better players opt out of the game. I also like Sam Houston to win this game over Georgia Southern as underdogs. Back to the favorites here with Ohio. Had a really solid year, won the MAC conference. I think they'll win a bowl game too, get to 11 wins. I also like Florida over Tulane. I did do my playoff prediction video earlier this week, so we're going to run through these real quick. If you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and go check that out. Coastal Carolina and UTSA. This one I am going to go with UTSA. And now Northern Illinois and Fresno State. This is an interesting one. I think people are picking Northern Illinois a lot because of that Notre Dame game. Other than that, I'm not really sure. I feel like Fresno State's faced tougher competition in the Mountain West. They might be a bit more prepared for this game. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Bulldogs there. San Jose and South Florida. This one, definitely tough. I do like San Jose State just a little bit better. A lot of people didn't expect them to make a bowl game this year. Prove people wrong. I'm going to say they win it. Toledo and Pittsburgh. This one, I'm going to go ahead and take Pittsburgh. I think they're definitely the better team there. Rutgers and Kansas State, another tough one. It's going to depend on opt-outs again. I'm actually going to take Rutgers here. I like the underdog in that one. Bowling Green and Arkansas State. That one, I think I'll take Bowling Green. Oklahoma and Navy. I do like the Sooners here. I think Navy's just not really going to be able to keep up as much. Rough year from Oklahoma. But I don't really think Navy's going to win that game. I think they'll lose to Army this week as well. Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech. This one, I feel like, is a game Georgia Tech should win. Vandy had the win over Bama. They played a lot better than we're used to seeing from Vanderbilt. But I think that's a really solid Georgia Tech team. They should have beat Georgia in that 8 overtime game. They just couldn't quite pull out the win. Texas Tech and Arkansas. This is a tough one. I'm going to go ahead and take Arkansas here. I think they had a pretty solid season. Got to 6-6. A lot of people weren't expecting them to get quite to 6 wins. They did it. I'll go ahead and say they finished with a winning record there. Now, Syracuse and Washington State. I will take Syracuse. Another interesting matchup there. I like that one. USC and Texas A&M. Another tough one. USC, Miller Moss is entering the transfer portal. We don't know who's going to start at quarterback for them. So give me A&M. North Carolina and UConn. I feel like that's pretty much a no-brainer with North Carolina. Nebraska, Boston College. Go ahead and give me Nebraska. TCU and Louisiana. I'll take the Horned Frogs here. Iowa State and Miami is a really interesting matchup. Iowa State just got blown out by Arizona State. Will they react well to that? I'm not really sure. Does Cam Ward play in this game? Again, not sure. This is a really tough one. Really don't know what to do here. I'm gonna take Iowa State as the underdog. Miami of Ohio and Colorado State. Give me Colorado State. Same thing. Mountain West, I think, will do better than some of these other Group of 5 conferences in the bowl games. Give me NC State over Eastern Carolina. BYU Colorado, another really good game. Kind of sucks for them that they got a conference matchup in the postseason, but at the same time, they didn't play each other this year, so it's not completely terrible. Give me Army over Marshall. A lot of Marshall players entering the transfer portal. I think that's why they're such big underdogs. So yeah, give me Army there. Missouri and Iowa. Another really interesting matchup. I have not been high on Missouri all year. I know they're 9-3, but I feel like they're definitely an overrated team. So give me Iowa there. I'll take Alabama over Michigan. Those two only really got matched up because of the name brand for the game. I think Alabama should win that one very easily. With Louisville and Washington, it's another interesting matchup. I'm going to take Louisville. It should be a good game, though, there. I think Washington's going to play them a little bit closer than people would expect. Illinois, South Carolina, I like the Gamecocks here. Baylor and LSU. Go ahead and give me LSU in that game. Well, that's another really tough one. I'm going to take the underdog here with Baylor. All right, back to the actual bowl games other than the playoffs. We got Ole Miss and Duke. This one I do think Ole Miss should win. North Texas and Texas State. Give me Texas State here. And then Minnesota, Virginia Tech. I think the Gophers were underrated this year. They could have had a better record than just 7-5. So give me Minnesota to win that one. Liberty and Buffalo. Give me Liberty. And then we're just down to the semifinals and the national championship. So thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video.